Roughly 3,000 right-hand drive cars are imported into Canada every single year. Buying a right-hand drive can save you a bit of money and get you into a cool car that turns heads pretty much everywhere you go. However, they clearly are not built to be driven in North America, so what's it really like? Let's weigh out the positives and the negatives and see if a right-hand drive car is right for you. First off, let's tackle the big one, left-hand turns. There's no way around this. Making a left-hand turn while a car in the oncoming lane is also waiting to turn left is much harder in a right-hand drive car. You can lean over and try to get a little bit of a better view, but realistically it's always going to be a little bit harder to see around that car in the oncoming lane. Sometimes you're just going to have to be patient and wait for that yellow light so you can safely make your turn, but better safe than sorry. In North American cars, you'll often see a little arrow beside your gas gauge telling you which side the gas cap is on. Many right-hand drive cars will not have this, and that's because almost all of them have their gas cap on the left-hand side. Next up is drive-thrus. If you're a big fan of fast food, or you drive on roads with a lot of toll booths, or even if you pay for parking in a paid lot, you'll find yourself in a bit of a pickle. I didn't mean like an actual pickle. Okay, so you've got a few options. You can drive through backwards.
Hi.
Not super convenient. You can hop out to pay and grab your food.
Hi, that'll be $7.19.
On Visa, please.
Okay. Sorry, could you just, could you just come a little closer? Sorry, okay. Oh, he's getting out. Oh, okay.
Kind of defeats the purpose. Or you can get a girlfriend. Well, I mean, at least it solves the drive-thru issue. Another thing to think about is that your turn signal stalk and your windshield wiper stalk are flipped, so on your first test drive, you're definitely going to be hitting those wipers pretty often. As with many things in a right-hand drive car, this will take a little bit of time to get used to, but once you're used to it, it's really not a problem.
Oopsies.
If your car happens to have a manual transmission, you are going to be shifting gears with your left hand. The clutch is still on the left side and the shift pattern is still the same, but it does take a little bit of time to get used to. If you often drive on single-lane highways, being in a right-hand drive car does pose some new challenges. If you're stuck behind slower moving traffic in a left-hand drive car, it's really not that big of a deal to find a safe gap and move into the oncoming lane to pass them. If you're in a right-hand drive car, it becomes a lot more difficult to see when it's safe to pass, especially if you're stuck behind a large truck because you're not going to be able to see over it. Once again, you're just going to have to be a little bit more patient and wait for an opportunity when you can see around or over top of the car in front of you and safely move into the oncoming lane to pass them. Parallel parking in a right-hand drive car is incredibly easy. You have a much better idea of how close your wheel is to the curb, and if you need to, you can just stick your head out the window. On top of that, being on the right-hand side of the car means you never have to step out of traffic when you're getting in or out of your car. You can safely enter your car from the curb while you leave your passenger to fend for themselves in traffic. So now that we've weighed out the positives and the negatives of a right-hand drive car, it's up to you to decide if a right-hand drive car is a good fit for you. If you do decide to purchase one, I'm sure you'll enjoy all the quirks that come along with it. You'll just have to be a little extra patient on the road.